everybody, and welcome to
Toronto Talks.
Okay, so we got new questions this week. The first one is gonna get juicy, y'all. Is bad sex a deal breaker?
Oh, hell yes.
1,000%.
Why?
Hell yes. I mean, what can we? Okay, if we're cool outside the bedroom, you know what I'm saying, with good friends and everything like that, and then it's like you want to release that sexual attention that you get, because everyone gets that.
Yeah.
But then it's like the sex is always bad, and it's not like it's just bad the one time. It's always bad. So it's like you guys can fight and then want to make up, but you know the sex is probably gonna make you fight anyways because it's trash. So it's like if we have bad sex, that's just it. No, I'm sorry. No.
Okay, but then
No.
it takes two to tango, right? So with that answer, you didn't really say that maybe you didn't like that person. Like, wouldn't you want to put in that work? Like, what if you try?
But you're saying is bad sex a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if we have sex and it's bad, it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a deal breaker. Because
Would you
what
try
if,
again?
Would I try again? That's only. See, here's the thing.
Probably not.
It has to be. It has to be tempting.
Really?
Okay, wait,
Listen. It has to be tempting enough for me to want to try it again, right? And it's like, if we're talking about bad sex, like, what is my definition of bad sex?
Okay,
So
that was
bad
my
sex-
question. Because
So it's like,
as guys, as a female, it's easy for us to say what bad sex is, I would think. But as a man, from a man's point of view, I always do wonder, what is bad sex to you as a man? Because it's just like,
I'm gonna
was
let
she
you
a
take that one.
starfish? Like, what is she doing wrong?
Right.
The hole is there.
I'm gonna start off by saying this. For me personally, it kind of depends on how she came into it. If you come up to me, if we first meet each other, we're talking, and the conversation of sex comes up, and you tell me, "Yo, my sex is amazing. I'll blow your motherfucking socks off."
Oh my God,
blah
girls do
blah blah.
that?
Factory.
What do you mean? Girls boost up their sex game all the time, and
Okay.
then we have sex, and it's whack. 100%.
Wait,
I'm
how
not
is
having
it
sex with
whack?
you again.
What
Hold on. 100% I'm not having sex with you again. Why? Because you told me that was your best shit. And if that was your best shit, under no circumstances are you open-minded to getting better because you think your shit is at this
No,
top
no,
notch.
but what if it's like
But
a
what?
test? It's like a
Yeah.
test. Like, I had first-time jitters.
That happens.
Okay,
to guys.
to be honest,
that
to be
happens to
honest
guys.
with you,
There's the thing too. When you say bad sex, okay, is it with a new person for the first time? Because it could be awkward too. There's a difference between it being awkward for the first time, or it being bad. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, if it's bad the first time, yeah, maybe I'll let you try round two. But you see, if this round two is not lit, you better get the fuck. I'm not
But you see, right? But you see, as a woman now, the whole try again the second time, there's a very thin line between that. You know
Yes.
why? Because as a woman, for me, bad sex is usually your dick ain't shit, meaning like it's not the right size.
But what
for
if
me.
it's not bad,
So,
but it's awkward?
okay, what is awkward?
Like it's not necessarily bad, but it's your first time with this new person, so it could be awkward.
No, we're not in
No?
high school no more.
To
You
be
better
honest-
put your bag. You better put
Bro,
your big
we
foot
are
in.
26 years old. You've had sex before. You've been in that bag. You know what
Unless you're
you know what it
virgin,
is.
unless
So
you're
it's just like, it's just like
And if you are, I'm not fucking you. I'm not taking your virginity.
Okay, so now let me flip it real quick. You have invested time and feelings into this
That's where it's
person.
at. That's where it's at.
And now let's say
okay.
this is like 6 months down the line.
How
you
did
guys
you even
have-
make it
Wait,
there?
not
How did you even make it there?
By having a platonic relationship, that means not.
That happens in this day and age?
Yes, it can.
But then you can-
No, I'm not saying if it can, because anything is possible. I'm asking, does it regularly happen? Is that something that regularly
It
happens?
doesn't.
Well,
It doesn't. So you know what? I have to take him on that one. Cause yeah, if you invest time and then later on, and then it's like, okay, I'm not saying, I'm not speaking for myself, but it's like, okay, if you wait a long time to, have sex and then you do, what if you do? You wait a long time to have sex and you do and you really like them and it's trash. At that moment, what do? You really like the person, they're perfect. All the qualities
Honestly,
are
in,
there.
in that moment, obviously, I'm gonna teach her because here's the thing, like just like we said earlier on, sex
like
is
this,
different.
baby.
Sex is different for everybody. So, for example, something that I may like sexually, he may not like sexually. Okay, but it's just like, for example, if we've been talking for 6 months. I'm assuming that even if we haven't had sex, we have had something done sexual, and I'm gonna communicate to you and say, hey, this is what I like, you tell me what you like. So once I know what you like, and you know what I like, it's like, if I tell you what I like and you're still not good at it, it's like, where do we go from here?
But you see where I have to be quote unquote sexist.
Where do we go from here? If I say, listen, I like this, like, let's say in terms of head, whatever, I like my shit slurped this way, that way, the next. When you're doing it, this is how you do it, and I sit you down, and like, we just, because here's the thing, like, obviously, like, you have to understand, like, sometimes the first time it's not gonna be the first time, just like you said, right? Like,
I see what you're saying.
because good sex is because I know your body, you know my body. So I know what you like, I know what you like, you know what I like. And because you know what I like, just the thought of me having sex with you will turn you on because you know I know what you like. And you know I'm gonna tap into that.
Okay,
so after 6 months of getting to know me, us having conversations about sex, and me telling you what I want to do with you, and you telling me what you want to do with me, and you still don't know how to throw my shit down.
Wait, pause. This is where No. I have to share this part and be, and I don't know if this is not sexist, but as from a woman's point of view, if your dick is not a decent size, there's no working on it again. It's just like, I'm sorry, try somebody else. It's not for me. Try Becky, because it's not going to be for me.
Oh, no.
And that realm, I'm not willing to try.
The only reason why I can agree to disagree with you is that only because from a guy's perspective, guys don't decide when sex is going down.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Girls decide, unless you're raping a shorty, you are not deciding. I'm being dead serious. You are not deciding. So you can like me and you can want to have sex with me, but until you give me that go, it's not happening. So you can sit there and be like, yo, this is trash. We're not having sex again because you're deciding when the sex is going down.
Yeah.
So it's easier for you to, and not easier, but like, it's just a whole bunch of things that tap into that because I do feel as though women do have way more bad sexual experiences than men do.
Yeah, it's true, and because in the sense, a guy will bust a nut, regardless. Like, they'll usually always bust a nut. A girl, it takes time. You have to know what to do.
No, you just have to know what you're doing.
If we're keeping it a buck, I've had some shorties that made me take a minute to come.
Facts, like,
and I had to put in the work to come myself.
And not only that, but you also have to understand, just because I came doesn't mean you made me come.
Factory.
Who made you come then?
Wait, what?
Just because I came doesn't mean you made me come. Because we can be having sex, that shit is whack, and my mind goes elsewhere in order to do what I gotta do. And that's a fact. I know niggas do that shit. I know I'm not the only man that's been in a situation where shit was whack, and you have to put another shorty in that situation, visual something else so you can get that nut out.
Okay, and then I have to ask, what is considered bad sex to guys? Like, what is it?
Okay, so basically, a girl who's not doing any work. So if I'm doing all the work, and you're just lying there taking the dick, then okay, this is bad sex because you're not giving me what I'm giving you. You're not. The energy's not being.
Tired.
I'm doing what?
You can just
I'm doing what?
Even in the laziest position, you can do a little move.
I'm telling you.
Like,
in my opinion, you should never be lazy because in most sexual experiences, it's always 80-20. The dude's doing 80% of it, and the short. You guys know. Besides writing, what else do you participate in?
What do you mean?
Are you Jamaican? Oh no, you're Trinidad.
I'm from Trinidad.
Never mind then.
If you
watch some videos.
I feel it. Okay. I don't totally agree with that, but if I wanted to play devil's advocate to what you just said about the 80-20, sex is for women.
Facts.
Therefore, yes, you put in that 80% because I probably am only going to get 20% out of that 80% you're putting in. So you're thrusting and grinding and you're doing all these things.
Beautiful.
Let me counter.
That's only true if the nigga's not hitting the G spot.
No.
That's only true if the nigga's not hitting it properly.
No. First of all,
size matters.
Okay. What do you think the G spot is?
Well, I know where the G spot is.
Where is it?
2 centimeters in. 2 centimeters in. Curvy motion, just so.
You know that not every female has the same.
I was about to say the same thing.
I actually, you know what? You dropped that on me. I didn't know that.
Yes, and did you know that not every penis is meant for every vagina?
Thank you.
You gotta have the curve, dog.
Every
You gotta have the curve, dog. You don't have no curve, you're not winning in no department. Alright? You don't have no curve, bro. You don't tilt up to the side, dog. You're not winning, bro.
Let's stay
You're not winning, bro, Steve. You gotta have that curve, bro.
I'm done. But
true
It
though.
is true. Like you said,
Hey, talk the
But like with all those, you know what I'm trying to say? So like,
Okay, I hear you. That makes sense.
right? So now you have these guys who think they even know what a G-spot is or what it could do, right? And then they're going MC Hammer on the clit, okay? And then they think that is around, you know, maybe for
when
some
they're
women-
rubbing the clit?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's too hard. That shit is delicate. Don't be like this.
You can't go too hard right away. You know, you have to ease into it. You know?
You know,
You have to
No,
ease
not
but like ever, like you know,
It's 'cause
oh my
people's elbow in
god,
this
you know what I'm
bitch.
trying to say? But with that being said, now, yeah, you may feel like you're doing 80% of the work because most of the time you are.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
because
you're
you're
lure
gonna-
the girl, not lure.
But like that's because also you're not guaranteed to bust because it doesn't always happen. But you are most likely to come to your climax than the female. I can get wet without having an orgasm. Some guys don't realize that.
And the guess I'm like, oh my god,
You're so wet.
I'm like, yeah,
It
I
doesn't
can't
mean
control that.
anything.
And a
So I
lot
have
of
a
them
question.
think it's directly because of them. Like you said with the whole, you have to think somewhere else. Because you're wet, it's not necessarily all because of them.
Alright.
They're like, yo, I'm here doing this.
So I have a genuine question though. Okay, let's say a situation where the niggas hitting that spot. What work are you now putting in now that you are now able to reach the same climax that he's reaching?
You throw it back, you want
Yeah.
this is
That's
not
how you know
sex
she's
ed.
liking it. She threw it back. You did a good job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
If she didn't throw it back, she's
And,
like,
oh my god, that's true. You still going back there?
It's like, you're not done. Are you done? Yeah.
Usually if the
I feel
girl's
so sorry for those niggas, bro.
Cause no, it's true.
Because they're
You
watching this, they're like, I'm not getting no pussy.
Niggas are watching this. She's like, she didn't throw it.
And y'all niggas know who you are. You guys know who you are.
She didn't throw it back.
The non-callback niggas.
They
Niggas that
still
don't get no
need love
callbacks.
too. They still need love too.
I mean,
Let's put it out
everybody needs love. That don't mean they gonna get the right type of love.
Not for me.
And they're not.
Hi everybody and welcome to
Toronto Talks.
Today, Lydia, you're supposed to do the question, so like let's just start this over because you should have the question ready in your hand.
where is it?
It's in your phone.
Oh yeah.